I bought an emergency umbrella today because of the rain. I don't normally get umbrellas that have got skulls on their handles, but I thought this can be a representation of the dangling fleshless corpse of the East-West Link. Now, the long project of dismantling the East-West Link is clearly well underway, and I think an objective observer would decide that its prospects of actually being built at this point are rather bleak. But we've got work to do after that, because it's not enough simply to get rid of this project. We have to make sure that it never returns, and that in general infrastructure is not done in this state with the same dysfunctional planning, piratical financing and disregard for community. In a sense, what we're really at war with here is not simply a road, but a whole governing culture around infrastructure. Now, it's clear that currently the crime activity going on is in the legal and in the political realm. But let's remember that a key feature in this campaign has been the direct action that occurred against the geotesting drilling, which is now some months ago in the past, but it's really that which has brought this whole issue to the boil. Now, we heard from the sporting clubs that the Linking Melbourne Authority had an intention to fence off Rostraw Field in October. It doesn't seem that that's obviously hasn't happened so far. We've heard more recently that the Linking Melbourne Authority is intending to do what they call service relocation late in 2014. And what that basically means, I think, is just preserving the integrity of piping networks and so on. So it's a question of what does late in 2014 means. But I just want to say that if they attempt that, then we will very decidedly stop them. And I would like to make an appeal to all of you here, particularly to those who never made it to the picket, to, if that does happen, to please come. And you'll find that you can choose your degree of the degree of participation that you take, and the amount of risk that you take is up to you. But the critical thing, if there is a need, please come. Now, there are going to be continuing actions, I'm pretty sure, against the tenderers. We've also got, as Julianne mentioned, another rally, big city rally on November the 15th, Saturday, 1 p.m. at the State Library. So please come to that. And I suppose my final point is to think back again to these tenderers. They're not even tenderers anymore. They're now members of the consortium. And in particular, my attention keeps going to this company, Acciona, which I haven't heard of before, but is an enormous Spanish corporation that is very prominent in renewable energy and has just the loudest self-presentation about sustainability. They've got this line on their website saying that for us, the most important piece of infrastructure in the world is the earth itself. And here they are, they're coming to Melbourne, they want to build this giant, polluting, anti-urban, anti-environmental tollway. And I say if they do that, then they're a company that's floating in the largest tank of greenwash in the world. And I suppose I just want to say to them that, and particularly with all this business about compensation and so on, we don't know the details, but it sounds very, very harsh, that we won't let them come to Victoria as predators on our well-being or on our finances. Thank you.